Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rachakudash. In this lesson, I'm going to go into Yahweh speaks through the prophets. Now, I'll start off at 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh. So, Yahweh is the ones who put these words in our mouths whenever we speak, to awaken all the elect, the ones that are asleep, and to condemn those also who don't listen to this message, which is 2/3, who come against us, who try to rebuke us, who just speak lies. And if you come against us, you're really coming against Yahweh, because these are the words of Yahweh and Yahushua. These are the words of the scriptures. And the Most High gives the Spirit to these people who written the scriptures. It ain't by just man, just by them alone, that they came up with it. No. It's through the Spirit of Yahweh and Yahushua. So all those who come against this truth, you're really just condemning yourselves even more. It shows that you're not with the Lord. You're with the world. You have no true spirit in you. You're still stuck in this just worldly mindset. You're not spiritual at all. But next I'm going to get Luke 18. Luke 4:18. The Spirit of Yahweh is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of Yahweh. See, so we're supposed to be, preaching the scriptures, the prophecies that are coming to be fulfilled. Salakia. But the prophecies are also being fulfilled. We didn't decide to become the prophets growing up. That was not something that we even thought about when we were kids. But it's through the Spirit that the Most High has us to where we ended up, to becoming prophets, to awaken the rest of Israel that are, asleep, breaking down the understanding of prophecy, the scriptures, and it's all for the elect. Because 2/3 can't get this message. It's only for the elect, which are out here teaching and preaching. Next, I'm going to get Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run and that readeth it. See, so we're out here, like a watchtower, looking for, any signs of coming, destruction, or just get here to give warning. But we're here to give warning of prophecy that's being fulfilled, of the evils that are coming, of judgment that is set to come upon Babylon and all the wicked who pushed Yahweh Shai, to go after their own lust. We're here to deliver the word, but only for the elect. We're here to awaken them out of deep sleep. And we were once a part of asleep too. But over time, we ended up gradually, more brothers start waking up more and more. Starting to build up themselves, while the 2/3 they just, they're not building up to build themselves at all. Well, of the world they are building up themselves. But either way, they're gonna be set for destruction. So it's gonna lead to nothing. But either way, we're here to give a warning, and if you don't want to take that warning, then that's your own fault, and you're gonna be judged. Number 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So all these prophecies are definitely gonna be fulfilled, just over a course of time, because it says it will not lie. So whatever Yahweh and Yahweh Shai has already told about the prophecies, it's gonna be fulfilled. So tarry, wait for it. So we just gotta wait for the signs. Take the warning. But next I'm gonna get Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. See, so all you who are very simple-minded, and ignore the message of Yahweh, they will be judged, because you didn't take any warning. You've been warned so many times. You didn't take heed. Didn't try to put any effort. You just denied the truth whenever you heard it. Walking by, you hear the prophets, and you're just scorning at them. They're talking shit. But when that day comes, you're gonna be looking for them, but they're not gonna be there no more, because you try to make fun of them. So ultimately, you're gonna be set for destruction, because you're making fun of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Making fun of the Lord. So Yahweh's gonna laugh at you whenever your death comes, when you're set for destruction. Next, I'm gonna get Matthew 13 and 8. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. So not every prophet will bring the same amount of fruit. They won't bring the same amount of scriptures, understanding, and as much lessons, breakdowns. But it's by how sincere you are and how diligent you are. Like, you gotta at least put in the work. You can't just, say you're a prophet and you don't make no videos. You're not out here prophesying, giving understanding, because you're not doing the work. And the Most High wants people who push the work first, who are diligent, who sincerely trying to seek the understanding of the truth of the scriptures. So everyone has different works, different amount of works. Next, I want to get Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against the great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophets, the prophets that Salaki, the prophets which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh has truly sent him. So at the end, you're gonna be like, oh man, I should have listened to the prophet, because he was right the whole time. Everything he was saying was true. Because you're gonna feel regret instantly. You're not gonna have no reward. Everything you've done for the world, is gonna lead to nothing. Anyway, there's also been many prophets, in the scriptures that were never a part of this world. That's why they were selected to become prophets, because they weren't of the world. And the people of the world are always against the prophets. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are not part of this world. So this message, that we're giving out, they're not for this world. They're just against it. So they're gonna be against us. Next, I got one more scripture that lines up with this. That's what I said. John 7:7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. See? So the world truly hates Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, because the world loves wickedness and hates righteousness. That's why, Yahweh Shai had died. The people of the world, many of them just, wanted him dead. They chose a murderer, a killer, instead of Yahweh Shai, who was completely innocent. That just shows how worldly they are. They're on this world mindset instead of the spiritual mindset. And that's why the 2/3, they're not gonna get this understanding, because they are of the world. Well, the prophets, they're not of the world. They're for the kingdom, further and more better. Where we're gonna be prospering, we're gonna be flourishing, and we're not gonna have, we're not gonna do any wrong in the kingdom too. We're gonna be made perfect. But anyway, that's about it for this lesson. And with that, I'm gonna say, call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I'm gonna say, Shalom.